Hello people of the internet, it is I, the NinjaNick333, back with another round of the Champions League. We are in the E block and on standard format with Scarlet and Violet legal. This is a Japanese tournament. This was played pretty much as soon as the sets in the rotation happened. So this is what our future looks like, our very soon future. It's within the next couple weeks, I believe. We do see some sort of Evital here on the left. I believe that is the single strike. Yes, that is the single strike Evital. So that is likely a Lugia V-Star deck that plays the Tyranitar V and the single strike energies, as well as maybe Stonejourner single strike. And on the right here, we have a Duraludon deck, but it looks like it is a Lugia V Duraludon deck, which is very interesting to see. Playing the tech against the mirror in your own deck is very interesting to see. We also see the Mesa Gosa Stadium that allows you to flip a coin and search your deck for a Pokemon, which looks like that is what that Lugia was. Attaching a single strike energy to this Duraludon as well. The Duraludon does work well with the single strike engine that the Lugia decks are playing. The powerful colorless energy was rotated, the Aurora energy is rotated, so Lugia has a lot less options in those regards for what they can play. So they are choosing these single strike energies. They kind of replace both the Aurora and the powerful colorless at the same time. They don't really work too well for Lugia itself, but they work well for all of these single strike attackers that you now have access to because they're the next best thing. So being able to slap those on a Duraludon V-Star, have it do additional damage with the single strike energy, an additional 20 to your single strike Pokemon that it's attached to, it fulfills a fighting or a darkness energy. So the Duraludon V-Star, I believe, has an attack that is 2 metal and 1 fighting. So you will still need 2 metal energies attached to this in order to be able to do the attack, but you will be able to hit 240 now. With a choice belt would be 270. That can one-shot some V Pokemon. So it'll be important to see if there is something along the lines of no, I think maybe Galarian Zigzagoon rotated. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we'll have to see if there's any other damage modifiers, or if you can just stack an extra single strike energy on your dude along with the choice belt. You can hit 290. This is pretty good math. We are using the Professor Burnett here after playing some other cards from this Lugia on the left. Get some, or did we discard it? Okay, that is the new art of the judge. So it looks like we just discarded the Burnett. I wouldn't have mind seeing the Burnett be played, just because that is an easy way to get some deck thinning going on. You can get 2 Archeops into the discard pile that way, because you no longer have access to the quick ball. This is kind of the next best thing to be playing, but we do see a Judge instead. Judge turn 1 going second in the Lugia mirror is very powerful, because that will disallow your opponent to have as many options as they could possibly want. It'll have them have only 4 cards in their hand going into their turn, 5 after their draw for turn. Exact same power level as the now rotated Marnie on your opponent, being able to disrupt them from being able to go into their Lugia V-Star, disrupt them from their Archeops, being able to get those in the discard pile, and all of that good stuff. Of course, this player on the right, we saw turn 1 did not get any Archeops in the discard pile, so now off of these 5 total cards he has, he needs a way to get 2 Archeops in the discard as well as a Lugia V-Star in play. And with 1 less bench spot, because that collapsed stadium came down as the last thing this turn for this other Lugia player. We are going to see the Ultra Ball is going to discard a Judge and something else I can't quite tell in order to get that Duraludon V Max. We do see this is the alternate art version, the Trainer Gallery one, where Raihan is standing on top of the skyscraper that is Duraludon V Max, screaming into the ether. Pretty solid artwork, if I do say so. That is amazing. But yes, it is a single strike Pokemon, so that single strike energy will be providing it a lot of benefit here. We are going to see the Professor Rowan's full art research here. in order to discard our hand and draw 7 more cards. We are going to see another Mesagosa, so that will free up another bench spot and allow us to search our deck for a Pokemon. Looks like we do flip yet another Heads here. So we are going to have to see what exactly we are searching out with this. We do have an Ultra Ball. I do believe Mesagosa is any Pokemon, not just a basic. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, it is any Pokemon. So we are going to see the Archeops here. That is definitely the correct choice. And Capturing Aroma, if he flips for an evolution Pokemon here, I can't remember if it's heads or tails for the evolution Pokemon. But if he flipped for the evolution, I can't even see what his result was. So as long as he was able to flip for the evolution Pokemon, he can get yet another Archeops. And then he can discard both of those with an Ultra Ball, get the Lugia V-Star, put them into play with the Summoning Star ability, not having to evolve all the way into the Stage 2. But it looks like we did get the basic Pokemon off the Capturing Aroma instead, which is very unfortunate. But we can always use that Lumineon next turn to get another supporter card. So we are going to use that Ultra Ball to discard the 1 Archeops. Looks like we're not going to be able to get 2 Archeops into play, so either we are going to go for a 1 Archeops game, or we are going to have to wait another turn. But waiting another turn doesn't seem fun. I would think in the Lugia mirror, who is able to take the first prize card, get set up first, is the one who is more likely to win. So we are going to have to get just that 1 Archeops into play here. We're going to use Primal Turbo. We're likely going to see another one of those. Okay, it looks like we have a new special energy here. I'm not quite... Oh, that's the other Single Strike Rainbow energy. I see. So that's a Rainbow energy, but it only applies to Single Strike Pokemon. Because I do see the Single Strike energy symbol on that. I'm not sure what the name of that energy is. I kind of forgot that I existed until this exact moment. So we are kind of learning on the fly together about how this Duraludon version of Lugia looks. But yep, that is exactly the type of play you do want to be going for here if you are this Duraludon Lugia player. We have taken the first prize card and forcing a second Lumineon out of the opponent. So the Lumineon would be able to attack, shuffle itself back into the deck, so long as you are able to get the double Archeops in play in order to use the Primal Turbo to fully charge up this Lumineon. However, it will be doing 0 damage to this Duraludon VMAX. Because of Duraludon VMAX's ability, it cannot be hit by any Pokemon that has special energies attached to them. Looks like we are going to bring up the Lugia V-Star with a boss's orders. So that will be pretty cool here. But looks like we just do not have the V-Star. Maybe not even the Archeops in discard pile, but definitely not the V-Star here. So that does force the Lugia active, which is not what this player wants. He'll have to retreat the double turbo if he wants to still go in with the Duraludon, or he can just go in with the 220 with the Lugia. That works just as well. Well, it's 200 because of the double turbo, but we do see a gift energy and a V-Guard energy here as well. So we will be taking 30 damage less, discarding our own stadium so that our opponent can't use it on the next turn. Very skillful play there. And if the Lugia does somehow end up going down, this player will be able to draw until they have 7 cards in their hand because of the gift energy. So again, you see the sheer power that Lugia still possesses, even when losing like half of its current toolbox. We do see Lugia V-Star comes down this turn. We are going to have to see the double Archeops here. First Primal Turbo is going to be able to get at least 1 more energy to this active Lugia. That is his own gift energy. And I'm curious to see if the other Archeops will be used. I wouldn't mind seeing something along the lines of a Capture Energy or a Powerful Energy. Or no, Powerful Energy is rotated. A Capture Energy. No, Capture Energy is rotated too. Quite literally any energy down. Maybe an additional copy of V-Guard just down onto the Archeops just so that it can pivot the next turn if your Lugia does go down. But nope, looks like it is a Serena to bring up the Lumineon. And we're going to go down to our last prize card here after this Lugia takes out this Luminion. And this is a rough looking matchup here. I'm not quite sure what else to say, but this Lugia on the left is pretty hurting. Because even if we are able to get through this Lugia this turn, you still have to contest with the Duraludon at some point in the game. Just brings up the Archeops and passes, which the Archeops does have a 1 retreat cost and already an energy on it. And we just see Luminion 4 boss's orders for the Archeops to retreat into either attacker here and take the knockout. So we are going to go into Duraludon, do 240 damage, more than enough to knock out that Archeops and quite cleanly take the game. This Duraludon player was able to take all 6 prize cards before their opponent was even able to see one in their sights. And that was like 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Oh man. And you could see just how fast these games go in Japan. It is best of 1 format. They play very aggressive decks, and you know, it do be how it do be. I hope everybody enjoyed. Do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to make sure you are notified when new videos go up. About 20% of view time is from subscribers right now, so if we increase those subscriber numbers, that ratio does increase as well. Love the channel growth that has been going on recently. I thank everybody who is here and who is subscribed currently. We are going places, and we will see you guys next time for the next round.